Black and white always look amazing together. And that's exactly what our theme is for today's YouTube Collab Loop group. And if you would like to see how these fun pages, these unique pages come together, keep it right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. It's the last set of pages in my creative journal, and I have a few items out, the sticker journaling pack, a couple of sticker books from Planything and Happy Planner, along with my blackout journal. Yes, I will be bringing them in. And I had done some initial setup at the start of 2025, but I didn't quite get to using it last year, or this year in fact, because this is going on air or going live on the 31st. And this is my creative journal, which I will be finishing with this setup. And this is the last one I did here. And this was a lovely three-dimensional Christmas tree I made, and the theme was deco, and that was the last YouTube collab loop group theme. And if you're not familiar with what the YouTube collab loop group is, I'll touch a bit on that once we get going. And I have some stickers from Journal Say, and I have some Posca pens from Uniball. I have some black and white washi tapes, and a few of my usual stationery and tools and accessories and all that. And this is going to be the black and white set of pens I'll be pulling for use here. And if you've seen my earlier setups, you know how these work amazing on the blackout journal. And I also have my paper trimmer. And I will move this aside because we need the blackout pages. And I'm not a big fan of cutting pages off journals or books, but I have no other choice. So I'm going to the back of the journal, and you could see that I did some testing with my Posca pens. And let's make sure we clip that set of pages down so that I can you see those dots? That is my guiding point, and I'm going with my scissors. So these are blackout journals from Archer and Olive, and so is my creative journal. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Archer and Olive, Live Love Posh, Planything, and a few other shops, washi tape shop as well. So this is what I have done so far. And I had done these sets of videos at the start of 2025, and I even have a peekaboo window, and this was entirely hand-drawn using the Posco pens, and also I brought in some gel pens, and this was the month at a glance, or the highlights of the month rather, from Jan, Feb and March, which I really didn't come back to. So I think I will use it this year and then have like a summary of 2026 at the end. And this is the journal, which is part of my 2026 journal lineup. And all these videos are on my channel. And this is the black and white, the Moonlit Blooms from Live Love Posh. It was a sticker journaling set. And this is the storage I have going on. Since we're using that, I thought I will also share this storage binder system from Live Love Posh, which has been quite handy. And you can see how I labeled them. And I will link all the shops and codes and all that for you. You don't have to worry about memorizing the names or anything. And you can see how it just slides easily. You can decide on how you want to organize them. And I'm also grabbing the black and white florals from this because I had arranged it in that category. And if you like anything that you see, I have most likely linked them below. I will try my best to link whatever I can. And some of these products could be older ones, so I'm not sure they will be entirely available, but I will try my best. And I'm also using some of these sticker books, and I have, I'm just checking if there are any black and white elements in there, because I had wanted to use one of the New Year sticker sets also from the Planny Thing sticker book. And I'm trying to see how I can incorporate the blackout journal. And I have these washi tapes. These are black and white washi sets from the washi tape shop, just like the lace washi you will see me use. And yeah, since this video will be coming up on the 31st, I thought having a new year or walking from 2025 to 2026 would be very appropriate. So that's why I decided I wanted to do something with the blackout paper and these white lace washi, which I hardly get to use. I don't think I've ever used them anywhere, because and on the white pages they don't show. Then why would you want to waste such gorgeous washi tapes? And you will see me go through the process of thinking, and it was a lot of going back and forth. After a bit of dilly-dallying, I think I've decided on what I want to do with this. So I'm just making a straight cut using the paper trimmer. And I had a few ideas, I'm sure you can relate, because first I wanted to do a vertical spread where I had a clear idea of how I wanted to incorporate the blackout paper. And you don't see a whole bunch of videos with blackout paper anyway, so I thought it would be a good way of doing it. But then I decided that I'll do the horizontal Dutch doors, because that's what I get most requests for. So I'm going to do some organic ripping of those pages, and I will put it like so, and I will save the rest for later. Let's start there. And I'm going with this glue tape, which is from Journal Say, and my code Priya can earn you 8% off at Journal Say. And a lot of amazing stationery can be found at Journal Say, including those tweezers, those paper clips, the tweezers, and quite a few of the stationery that I otherwise use. And it's a great store because you get a lot of variety with very inexpensive prices. And now I want to see how I can bring in the black washi. And here's an oops moment, you will see, because I wanted to bring the horizontal Dutch door aspect, and then I started counting the space and the dots, and I start cutting, and then I realized I should have actually used the components to make the Dutch doors, and then done this part of the cutting, but it's fine. You will see how I work around that. I'm glad I caught it before cutting off the entire set of pages. And yeah, I almost went with that, and I think I stopped right in the nick of time. And let's see how I fix this. And now I'm going with some of these florals, which I will bring towards the end. And now this is the sticker set I'm talking about. And when I last checked, Planything has this very much in stock. So this is something you could do if you run into mistakes like these, and you just try working like that can be treated like a glue tape across both those levels on the page, and just a bit overlapping into the bottom part. And I will now go ahead and cut around those elements I made, and I will be building the layers because I also want to do one more page before we do the final cutting, because that is all the pages I have remaining in the journal, and I really want to finish off this journal this year so that I can get started with my new creative journal. And that's already been picked, and thanks to you guys who helped me narrow that down. And this is my Garu Cut Pro, and I'm going to do the cutting as I normally would do. And let me tell you a bit about how the YouTube Collab Loop Group works. And you can watch me spell 2025 right there, which I will come and make some changes later, but that's kind of the general idea. I'll have 2025 on one side and 2026 on the other side. So I'm just combining those. And all of those sticker sheets are also from Journal Save. So if you are ever wondering how to join the YouTube Collab Loop groups, Lisa Marie, or Creatively Lisa Marie, is the social media handle she is known as. And you can reach out to her. She is on YouTube, Instagram, I believe Facebook and TikTok as well. I'm not sure, but you can definitely reach out to her. I've linked her below. And she is the person, the super lady who does all these amazing YouTube collab loop groups. And she puts together a whole bunch of growing YouTubers who come together, and we just go with a theme that she usually provides us, and she does all the background work. She is amazing, and please give her a follow. Just giving her the loudest shout out that she deserves. Another successful year that she has hosted the YouTube collab loop group. So you can find her linked below, and she has lots of amazing content on her platforms. And the process is very simple if you're not familiar with it. You can watch my video, or you can join from somebody else's channel as well. You start with somebody's video, and in an ideal world, you will have watched the whole video in its entirety, and you subscribe to our channels if you haven't already, and you go down to the comments and drop us something nice, something encouraging, because it's not an easy world out there, especially in the world of YouTube. It's quite competitive, and being seen is quite a task. And if you are a YouTuber, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you go ahead and watch the next person's video, and you go on with the loop until you land back at the same person you started with. So that way you will have completed the entire loop, and you will have gone through a whole bunch of amazing folks who have done their interpretation of the theme. Let me know in the comments how you would have interpreted the theme and what your take on this would have been. Would you have combined it with the New Year theme that I did? Or would you have approached it entirely differently? Please let me know in the comments, because everybody thinks differently, right? And that's the beauty of it. And this is a whole bunch of creators who otherwise you may not have stumbled upon, because we all use different brands, different planners. It could be journals, it could be something else, it could be their own take on the theme. And it is so appreciative of you if you would subscribe to all our channels, and you leave us all a lovely comment and how you like each of our platforms and what your favorite aspect would be, right? And we would love to hear from you. And that is my next set of Dutch doors all ready to be trimmed. And here also I kept with the same technique, and I'm going with all of these that I'm trimming around, and I combined the stickers with a slight overlap onto the bottom page, so that way it'll just get glued to the bottom part and also stay intact. And that is the additional thing you could do. You could take a thinner washi tape and bring some additional security there by gluing that down using the washi tape. And I'm using it's like a scribbly squiggles kind of pattern you have. And that is going to be my next set of the black lace washi. And that lace washi set, it comes in a pack of 5 or 6 colors, and they are from Washi Tape Shop. And the Pixel Dash washi set is the black and white thinner ones. And you can see how I'm trimming the washi at the spine so that we can incorporate the remaining of our blackout page on the last sheet so that we can combine it. Otherwise, it doesn't look quite as balanced. And I like to try new things. And this was something I had been wanting to do but never got around to. So I thought this was a nice way of bringing that in. And the other idea I was telling you about earlier on, I will probably do it sometime next year. Hopefully I remember to, because sometimes some ideas are just coming, and then if I don't write it down, I probably should, and then I just forget about it. So that may not be a good thing. And let me know what your New Year Eve plans are, and how you have planned it out, and you're celebrating at home with your family or friends, what your plans are, watching a movie, watching a firework, what your plans are. Just let me know. And hope all of you have an amazing start to 2026, because we're almost there, a few more hours. And this is going to be the last page. And I will also use the remaining part of the page, in fact, to use on the remaining space. And I'm going to line it up from the outer edge so that there will be a white strip right at the middle, because I did not want a lot of bulkiness towards the spine. And I'm going to trim around that part, and I will turn the page. I think it'll be easier if I turn it a bit more to my side. Yeah, but it's just too thick, because it is 160 GSM and you have two sheets that I'm cutting through. So it's really thick, and I'm going to trim that excess just a tad bit, that I did not want the page underneath to get damaged. So that is why I had a bit excess, and I'm going to round the corner there. And that is our last page, and we will do the same white lace right there. I'm so glad I'm using the lace washi in white finally. And I'm using my ceramic trimmer, the Fiskars one, for straight edges. And let's glue that right at the corner. And this is where we have a good start to the whole setup. And I will also spell the 2026, and those are silver alphas and numbers that I had picked up from Journal Say, or Journal Say had gifted rather. And I don't think that's quite visible. So this part, I'm going to use a few elements to have a white backing. So I'm going to be use some scraps from my Dutch doors, and I'm going to have a few elements that I can use on the blackout part of the setup. And I will just speed it up a bit more so that it gets a bit more interesting for you, right? So there you have it. All the elements are now on the blackout paper, and now let's trim the remaining blackout paper that is left. And I will use this paper trimmer from Journal Say. Nice size. And I love the three-dimensional effect this corner rounding gives. And I like how finished those functional boxes look. And you see all those black bits flying out from the back of the punch. And yeah, I like to clean it up right away because it just gets everywhere otherwise. And I'm going with, I think I will get these pens started. And these are from Uniball. And these are nice paint markers. And I like to get started with the inks. I don't think you can see it, but I need to press the tip so that the ink can start flowing, just like with the acrylographs from Archer and Olive. And Archer and Olive did have their everyday release, everyday planners and journals and accessories and all that. And I ran out of my glue tape right in the middle of this project. So these were some extra ones I had from Journal Say. And I'm going to have some of the additional black pops on the space where I think we have some space, and I think, yeah, this will be a good placement. And when you look at it as a whole, I think it's fine. And I like to glue the comparatively longer side here. And yeah, let's just put it in a different orientation. And I'm going to make some patterns here, just some zigzag and maybe a couple of dots if at all. And that is a nice pop for that chalkboard marker kind of effect that we have. And that is, I thought that was a fun touch. And the Archer and Olive release, as I mentioned, happened, and they had tons of restocks and lots of products, accessories that were restocked. So if you had been looking for something specific and it was out of stock, you might actually want to check out the release. And Planything is having their subscriptions launching on the 1st, 9 a.m. Pacific, along with the third release of the week, which is from Mojo Jojo Plans, and that's happening on Jan 2nd, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So just trying to give you a full quick list of everything that's happening. And I'll have all that information in the description, so don't worry about keeping all of these memorized. And I'm going with the silver 2026 for the right side, which I had wanted to and I never got around to. So you will see how I'm adding some finishing touches to the pages. And that should be our black and white spread. And I'm using the inside part of the 0 digit to bring in some extra embellishments. And it does look like white numbers from here, even though they are silver, and it shows beautifully on the blackout pages. And please find all the shops I'm talking about along with all their releases, if at all any are happening, and the discount codes, if I have any. All of that can be found below. And please check out the next person's video in the loop, which is also linked below. And I'll have all the videos I talked about. Like, I have a full playlist of all the themes I did with the YouTube collab loop groups over the past few months, and all that can be found in the description. And I will also be bringing in some of these clusters, which are a bit on the abstract side, but I think it will bring in that unique touch, and I'm bringing it with the boxes, creating some clusters, and I will also throw in some of those florals alongside. And I think this was very unique and different from what I had initially planned on doing, but I think I like it, finishing off the year on a very neutral palette. And we have some exciting themes coming up for 2026 as part of the YouTube Collab Loop group. So make sure you are subscribed and you turn on that bell notification as well, so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any of that. And please make sure you check out all the other videos I talked about. And that was a bit of a casualty that I managed to fix. And this is another scrap from an older sticker that I had used earlier, in fact, and I'm using some of those scraps because I thought it was a nice touch, just something, but not too much. And please find all the planner setup videos, the planner lineup videos, all of those. I have all the videos in the playlist, and I even have some exciting things that I'm already getting ready for in 2026, including a winter wedding. So those setups are also available separately. And one last finishing touch before I can call it a spread. The script washi is also from Journal Say, and when I last checked, it was very much in stock. And please find all the specific names of all the tapes I used. And I have been wanting to do that film strip washi also, but I don't think I end up using it. But it will do. I like how it all turned out. And hope you have an amazing start to 2026. Go crush the year. And thank you so much for all the love and support. And all of us at the YouTube Collab Loop group are really appreciative of all of that you have shared over the months, years. It's been almost 2 years for me. I think I'll add a few exclamation marks kind of symbols near the 2025 and 2026 numbers, and I think that'll do, right? And I will also come and add some washi tapes to finish off the spread. Thank you so much for watching, and that will be all for today. I will catch you in the next year. Bye.